to a bunch of crooks. These hoes are freshly booked like a universal spot. They drop down, leapfrog, hip toss the shot. This is the law. The law. Live audio wrestling.
From dorks and crooks to whatever this is now, this is the Law Live Audio Wrestling on a Sunday. On a Sunday, 12 noon Eastern, 5 p.m. in the great land of Britain, where they are getting ready to celebrate the Queen's birthday, I hear. Congratulations to you for all of that. Well, that brings me to, of course, that is Steve Swift from the Bees of Boxing with Steve Swift. And of course, my partner in crime. Do not adjust your sets. That is actual size. Lil Bradie Wedham. How y'all doing today? Brady, how are you, brother?
Big hog, little body.
Okay. Yes, we know what you like, but how are you?
Well, I can't even follow that one up. I don't even keep moving on. I'm doing good. It's not Mother's Day anymore, so we're heading towards Father's Day, which I become just as miserable. So we're in between. We're on Victoria Day weekend here in Canada. Everywhere else, I don't know if you guys have ever met Victoria, but she does some fun things on the weekend.
Yeah. I heard she did some good things and wild things on a Wednesday night too. Speaking of which, the product of one I hear could be related. Who knows? I think if you go back far enough in history, you'll realize that everybody's actually related to everybody because there was that many people on the planet. Do the math. Steve Swift, how the hell are you doing today, brother?
We are all in this country related to Queen Victoria in some way. You could go back to Elizabeth I, if you like, because we have history, unlike some dumbasses. So, yes, it is the Queen's birthday coming up, and I got her a sweater.
Well, that's good. That's good.
We have national heritage in Canada. What are you talking about?
You know what he said? He said we're all related to the Queen because she was a whore.
I did not say that, you mother lover. I said that we are all related to Queen Victoria in the UK because she was a marvelous, marvelous monarch.
Oh.
We got a Yankee, we got a mother Canucker, and we got a Queen lover, all in the same room to do the law on Sunday live on YouTube and all of your podcast providers.
Unbelievable. Well, you know what, guys? Okay, so because we do this thing and it's fun, it's a thing. We talk about wrestling, we talk about boxing, and we talk about mixed martial arts because those are the three biggest things in the world of combat sports entertainment, right? And I'm sure that everybody saw this past weekend in the world of professional wrestling. I mean, do we want to get into all of that first? Let's talk about the big news. Your friend, Brady. Yes, your friend, Marty Jannetty, is in the news again. Old Freddie Jannetty, as his close friends call him, his family, his birth name, Frederick Martin Jannetty. Unfortunately, we heard about this not too long ago, that he said this was possibly going to happen, that he was going to have his foot amputated, and sure enough, it looks like that's happened.
Being a close friend to Marty and him being a friend of the show, look, he's been dealing with this problem for a very long time. He's been on a lot of painkillers and treatments for a very long time, numerous surgeries, more than even probably Marty can count. And it ended up exactly where, a lot of us thought this was going to end up 5-6 years ago, with the removal of the foot.
Steve, what do you say to the people that put the blame of this on WWE, being that Marty Jannetty was one of those stars and that people talk about all the time, not being taken care of after they're gone? Money made, he made billions of dollars for the company, blah, 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 and then they don't take care of him. What do you say to these people?
I say that there has to be some discussion around that. You know, there's also discussion about why isn't he a Hall of Famer? Why isn't he? You know, and there's quite a lot of discussion about why HBK, why Sean did not step in and say, really, you know, I had my start with him, so really we should take care of the gentleman. However, you also have to take some personal responsibility, don't you, for yourself? So there's that as well. But wrestling's like this, isn't it? You know, good luck with your future endeavors. And if you have spent an awful lot of your time in one federation and others aren't interested in you, you're on the indie circuit and you might be older and you might not be able to perform those kind of maneuvers that you did when you were in your pomp. So it's a difficult world, same as boxing. Difficult world to retire from. There's no retirement plan. You don't have a union. So there's also nothing else you can do, perhaps, unless you get a really good package of, well, you can be a meter and greeter, or, you know, you can be a commentator because you got a really good kind of florid voice or whatever. But it happens all the time. But it's a 50-50 situation. Yeah, I think that generally wrestling and boxing too should take more care of the people that they have said, see ya. But also you have to take personal responsibility. You got to do that. And I think that there's a wrestling personality who said, you know, I thought I'd hear that he'd ended up in a ditch somewhere.
Bradie?
Well, he didn't end up in a ditch or behind a bowling alley like the man he supposedly took out after that came out and during COVID, and then Dark Side of the Ring did an episode on it. It didn't look like there's too much truth. Here's the thing with Marty. You never know what's going on and never know what's true and what's not true with Marty. He's been very vocal on his social media, Facebook specifically, Meta, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Yeah, Marty's a handful. And I think with being a handful comes liability. And I know that Marty for years that I think they did try. And he's just not a guy that can really, like, he didn't listen. Like, and we'll go back to the point that I made earlier. Everybody kind of knew that the way this was going to end was the foot had to be removed. But Marty just kept going and kept partying and drinking with his cats and posting stuff on social media about being out with ladies and being promiscuous. I think he's just sitting at home in his trailer or his war-style bungalow home, and he's not doing much but drinking and tweeting and Facebook posting. So it's sad to see it happen. I really do. Marty is not. Our comment section wants to ask something. I don't know if you can pull that up there. It just popped up. No, Marty's not a jabroni, but he uses that. Some people call Marty jabroni. That's an argument. We could have a debate about that right now. Is Marty a jabroni, guys?
No.
Yeah.
And here's why. But I do want to ask this question though, because let's think about when Marty broke in and when Marty became a tag partner to Sean. Let's talk about AWA and how far
Midnight
back.
Rockers. Yeah.
And if you don't know how to let go of a certain portion of your life because that portion of your life made you feel better than anything else, made you feel better than any other part of your life, it gets really tough. I think Marty might have ended up being one of those guys who just always wanted to be one of the boys, always wanted to be in the business. That was his life. These were the best days of his life. Unfortunately, that came along with a lot of partying, and some people know how to get out of it. Some people don't know how to get out of it. Marty didn't do himself any favors with, you talk about you talk about the posts that he makes, you talk about the fact that the things that he said about his own daughter, you talk about the insurance issues at hand. You talk about the lawsuits. Yes, Marty was a huge liability. So, and to say that the WWE didn't offer anything, I'm sure that they did. I'm sure that they did a lot of times, and I'm sure that it was met with the same kind of response that a lot of addicts at the time meet it with. They're just not ready. You have to be ready to do it yourself, right? So for Marty, for this to happen to him, I mean, it sucks. It sucks because, not not exactly everybody can be Kerry Von Erich. You ain't working with a prosthetic foot like that one, brother. You know, and I'm sure that at the end of the day, just like anybody else, Marty's probably a great guy to the people that know him, to the people that are closest to him. You know,
he sounds.
Still
it's
call
Party
him Freddie,
Marty,
right? It's Party Marty.
Yeah, it's Party Marty.
It's always a good time, right? But
Yeah.
why? But at what point do you have to slow it down? At what point do you know, like, you lost a fucking foot, guy?
Well, and you can't blame the WWE, and you can't blame anybody in that company or anyone around him. It's one of those things that, like Steve said, you are a liability to these people, and you become a liability to yourself eventually, right? And I'm glad that Marty's on the road to recovery and the surgery went well, but when's enough? We don't want to see him lose the other foot.
Yeah, and also, with the Hall of Fame stuff, you can't. It's difficult to say, would you like to come to this high stakes, high profile event, because you just don't know what you're going to get. So if he can calm a little, then I'm sure the WWE will come out with, well, now we can give you everything that you really want. As you say, Brady, because you can take it now. But he's got to take some responsibility for himself. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to climb up on a ladder and piss down on anybody. Like this isn't a holier than thou or a preaching to God kind of thing. But I do wish the guy all the best. Hopefully, he gets his shit settled out, because it looks like with the personality he has, like Tid was saying, people want him around. We just don't need him around wasted. You don't got to be, your personality is obviously still going to be a funny guy, a loving guy, and a guy that everybody wants to have around. So let's keep you sober. Let's get you healthy and get you back on track again, Marty.
I was just leaving this up on the screen just because it, said exactly Tid.
Yeah, sure.
Just a moment, from the people to say how smart.
Take it down.
All right.
Listen, here's the reality of it, guys. And I don't know if you guys even know this or not, because I've never really talked about this. I think I talked about this on a show, on a podcast that I did not too long ago that hasn't quite seen the light of day yet. But I talk about these things like that with Marty and the addiction process of it, and how you go through this time in your life from personal experience. Like, I've been there. I've done this. I was a raging alcoholic, drug abuse user. I would send my friends lists of the things that I was taking the night of, just in case I didn't make it to the next morning. But you have to get to a point yourself where you have to take that responsibility and you have to move on. Everybody knows exactly what they're doing in the time. We're grown ass adults, right? So you have to take some responsibility for it. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of taking responsibility for things, let's talk about this Party Marty. I mean, that is it's picture perfect. It is literally picture perfect. Minus the tassels, I think that is probably a spot on. You should work for the cops, Brady. Again,
I'm a busy man. I do a lot of work. I can't take on any more gigs.
Not like before. I don't mean either. Let's talk about Devon Dudley for a second, because Devon, I don't know if you guys heard this or not. Devon was on his own show, and I think that the guys over at Fightful were talking about this, along with all the other news sites out there. Shout out to Jimmy Van. Devon went so far as to say that he got popped hot and got a phone call, and they said, "Don't do it again." Thoughts?
Well, good friend of Jim Ross, Devon Dudley, admitting that in a public forum is ludicrous. And since he started his podcast and tried to make money like Maven and everybody else who's in the podcasting world, he's making a fool out of himself by saying some of this shit. What happened to the business stays with the boys? You can break kayfabe, but there's still an element of kayfabe that needs to happen to protect not only the boys, but the guys who paid your checks to make you have the ability where you can sit now and make money offline or make money online out of the company with nice cameras, nice microphones, and the ability to pay yourself while you're doing it to build your base up. That happened because of the people that you just shit on in a public forum because you wanted to sound cool.
Steve? Okay, simple response from Steve. Listen, here's my question as well, because inside of his statement, he said it wasn't from the current TNA regime that is on TV. It was from the previous one. So did your buddy Scott give him a call?
All right. Scott, I'm not friends with Scott anymore.
Oh, I am. I like Scott. Scott's a very nice human being to me.
I know Scott. I've met Scott numerous times, but I'm not. I don't think he calls me on Christmas.
But was this okay? Well, is this the regime that was in question for Devon?
Look, stop stooging people out to try and make a buck is my point. I have no other opinion on this outside of stop stooging people who paid you.
But he's a shit house, isn't he? Because to use Tyson Fury's phrase, he's a shit house. Because what he's saying is, in the last few years of that regime, I was using steroids and I popped hot, and they told me not to do it again. But it wasn't the guys at the moment. Well, there's no fucking responsibility for you then, is there? Because it was somebody a while ago, and they're not there now. It's like saying, somebody once sold me drugs. I'm not going to tell you who it was, and they're dead now anyway. And that was in 1956. So. There's no responsibility for him. As you say, sounds like a big man.
It was nonsense. 2006, Steve, and he's dead. Don't talk ill about my buddy Barry.
Barry?
I would never do that. Oh, if you've ever met him, you wouldn't talk ill of him. I'll tell you that, Titster. Because really, I mean, he was extraordinary. The way he wore those leather chaps, amazing.
Are we talking about Barry Manilow?
Okay, all joking aside, fellas, Devon shouldn't be stooging out anybody, whether it's the WWE, which he's gotten to the point, and I made the joke at the beginning with Jim Ross, right? Like talking about Jim Ross being a racist and all of this stuff. Like, guy, this isn't for the public, and anybody who's watching this who's like, oh, I like those stories. You're the douchebags that the reason why these people still doing this. Don't keep feeding these guys.
But what else do you have? What else do you have?
As one of the boys, or as an audience member?
No. As one of the boys doing one of these podcasts. I mean, whatever. What else do you have to offer to people, right? When you're going to do these podcasts, right? I mean, according to David Smith, Maven, what a joke. I don't know if we're talking. It was okay. Side note then, because Maven's done very well. As a guy who's out there in the universe doing his thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would say, I don't know what makes Maven a joke. What would you consider Maven as a joke? Because as an athlete, up there, absolute fucking stud of an athlete. As a wrestling performer, I mean, maybe he just wasn't given the same breaks as other people.
Bland. He's boring. He's a boring guy when it comes to work. He was always boring as shit. He was apparently, I don't know. Good job on building a YouTube audience and doing it right. Like, he's one of the only wrestlers that actually did it right from day one. I think a lot of guys are confused. They didn't know if they were doing podcasts. They didn't know if they were doing YouTube shows. From a YouTube content creator standpoint, Maven has done it very, very well for himself. Very good job. When it comes to his work, he was always bland at best.
But his podcast is all about settling scores, isn't it? His podcast is all about settling. I mean, this wrestler talks shit to me, so I'm gonna go and see him. You've got two shoot kind of podcasts, haven't you? Tell us loads of great stories, Maven. Well, I ain't got no stories, and I can't, and I'm not excited either. So I'll kind of settle the score, which is interesting. But really, not everybody is like Terry Funk or Sabu. Or I don't know, or Dutch Mantel, and they've got stories for years. Not everybody is like that. And I think people think that all wrestlers are. You must have stories that can excite me for days. And they just don't, do they?
Well, shout out to Dutch Mantel. He's fantastic. That's one of the guys that's doing it right.
So then what it comes down to is, because I'm sure Maven's been around enough times and around enough people to have enough stories that he's probably hasn't talked about, right? So maybe he was actually brought up the right way. Maybe he just hasn't got to the point where he's got absolutely zero left to offer, that he's got to start giving some of these stories up. Or maybe he's just not as good a storyteller as Dutch Mantel is. You know what I mean? Because there's the other side of it, right? You got to be a pretty good storyteller for people to sit there and listen to, some of Dutch's stories, that's for sure. And I mean, because I sat there and listened to Waldo Von Erich talk about his match with Bruno Sammartino that went 37,000 hours in Madison Square Gardens. I must have listened to it, ad nauseum.
And I've had to hear you talk about it ad nauseum for the past 20 years. So
this is how the wrestling business is, right?
It's cyclical.
Well, it is definitely putting the sick and cyclical.
Okay. Well, from the wrestling business, I think we're at the point now where WWE is not only the biggest advertisement in the entire world going and leveraging as many sponsors as they possibly can every show, but AEW is starting to make some noise again, guys.
Are they?
Have you noticed?
How? With what?
Because I think there's an alternative needed, and this is when AEW shines at its best. We're doing an old school heel heat main event with Darby Allin and Max Jacob Friedman, MJF, whatever you want to call him. Shave my head bald if I lose. Like, this is good old school pro wrestling stuff, and it's needed when you have things going on in the WWE, like too much advertisement, too many celebrities going on. But I'll talk about what the WWE is doing good in a minute. But AEW, it seems like they're making some noise.
Is that noise, or is it cheap heat? Do you honestly think that MJF is going to have his head shaved?
It's a proper alternative, is what I'm saying. So if we're giving out corporate flashiness, let's get back to kind of the indie basics with stuff. I love shitting on AEW because it's very easy to do. So it's like you're getting cheap heat, and it's very easy. It's fun. There's lots of stuff to shit on them for. But them even incorporating like MJF going up and talking to Ricochet, who has his own heat and his own issues, but and saying you're going to be joining the Ball Club. It's building properly, like a way almost an indie company would build a storyline for a main event like this, with a stipulation that seems very old school, very WCCW, very AWA.
If they carry on like this, then someone will be painting a yellow stripe down someone's back if we do that, or pushing someone's face into a birthday cake. Hey, MJF, it's your birthday. Let's bring a big cake. Be careful with that cake. But you're right. There's a purity to that, isn't there? There's a kind of, but you know what? This is kind of WCW stuff. It's sort of, never mind that razzmatazz. We've got 60 minutes here. We've got a 60-minute match, and we've got real wrestlers here. It is that kind of purity situation. It does scream of, well, we don't know what to do, really. So let's do this. Let's go back to the old school. Let's do that.
Do you think that there's actually any legs on this, or is this like we had to come up with something to sell? Because what is it? It's Double or Nothing coming up. That's the pay-per-view.
I believe so. Yeah.
With the gambling, whatever.
It's better than the golf course pay-per-view they just had, or the golf course collision or whatever it was.
So called. Yeah, let's like, at what point is the hokiness just too hokey? Like the fights on the golf. Is this how Liv makes money?
No, I got an argument against that though, because the WWE is basically putting 1/3 of their time and investment in hokiness. Right now,
Explain.
They currently are doing it.
Explain.
A gentleman called Danhausen. It's hokey. It's memey. It's a meme. It's meme thing. It's basically a walking meme on their own show. Whoever's writing it, it feels like RJ City, to be honest. And I know he's still working for AEW, so it couldn't possibly, unless it's done through text message. But whoever's creating that angle and using some of this stuff to build Danhausen, and using 1/3 of the company's steam and power behind this merch machine that is Danhausen, they are embracing the cheesiness. They are embracing the hokiness. There is a place for it. And I think if AEW goes in on the other end and they say, okay, we're going to do kind of the indie-based carnival hokiness, not like facing the pie, but we're going to go and give you old school matches, like a leather strap match. We're going to go back to the basics. I think it's a good idea. I want to see AEW succeed because I like seeing competition, healthy competition.
Or as I don't know, just a thought just popped into my head. Is Danhausen the new Duke Drosy?
No, Danhausen is the new R-Truth.
Did they take a guy? No. I mean, did they take a guy who was doing nothing? He had a stint in AEW, and AEW could do literally nothing with him. And they said, let me show you how you take something so silly and make it huge popular in a way that the WWE does.
I think they did that with Ethan Page. I think they did that with Ricky Saints and a few guys from AEW. I think that's when they proved their point with that. And I don't mean like in a joke. I'm not trying to shit on Page and those guys. What I'm saying is, I think they already did we'll prove you guys what you're doing wrong with talent, right? We can do that with these guys.
I see what you're saying, but I don't think so, because they took those guys and they put them into the machine. Right?
Yeah, well, Danhausen didn't need a machine.
What?
We did an episode a year and a half ago talking about Danhausen when he was still in contract with AEW, and this was after his injury. He had kind of they left him off of TV. Obviously, there was a dispute and things like that. Merch dispute, it sounded like. But with Danhausen back then, we said the second WWE gets a hold of him and they realize what they have, like if they actually realize what they're getting with Danhausen, the sky is the limit. It's actually, that's not the limit. You go past the sky. We're going through the radiation belt. We're on our way to the moon with Danhausen. He has the top t-shirts in the entire company right now. Like there's nobody touching his merch sales to the point where he is dominant, not only online. He has TikTokers that are taking his stuff that's online and refueling it again and getting millions of views. The guy's everywhere. It's mainstream sports. The Knicks are saying, hey, we're not losing anymore because Danhausen took the curse off of us. Like, this is going to be massive mainstream, people painting their faces at WrestleMania. I'm long-winded. I apologize. Steve, what do you think?
No, this is what they've always wanted. This is what they wanted with, Hulk Hogan, Suburban Commando, brother. Mr. Nanny. This is not, Santa with muscles.
Do that one more time, Steve. I can't let you
Suburban Commando, bro. I think I've shot myself. Sorry, something's a bit warm down there. So I think this vertical integration is what they want, and you're not going to get it with Ms. and Mrs., are you? So this is what they want. Whether it lasts for long, I don't know, but they've tried this over and over again. So yes, they will love any of that. They tried it with Logan Paul, didn't they? And Logan Paul, I read today, there's lots of which two WWE wrestlers would you fire? Logan Paul and Logan Paul. So they tried it with all of that. They constantly try it, and this will be lovely for them because, as you say, TikTokers, t-shirts, all of that. And he's not a wrestler. He's a character. And the WWE have always wanted that. If you get a character who can wrestle, brother, although that's questionable, then your quid's in.
Steve Swift, just shit. Okay. Do you think they'll go and fuck it up by just making him the Marine?
No, they're not looking at him like that. Danhausen's. They're going to have a cartoon.
Do we give him a show?
We're going to give him an animated show. That's what we're doing.
A reality show in animated version.
Yeah, you do a kind of Scooby-Doo with him.
Lost me.
You do a kind of Curse of Danhausen Scooby-Doo with him, with Logan Paul as Fred, and then you can get a couple of others in as Velma and Daphne, and you can have Vince McMahon as an animatronic dog, and you're sorted. This is a beautiful idea, and we should pitch it.
$20 says he's gonna get a small injury, nothing serious, nothing that's gonna affect him for the long run. He's gonna jack up his fingers, hurt his elbow, whatever it is. He's gonna go away for, let's say, 3 months. When he comes back, he's gonna be jacked. Like, we're talking Meathausen, right? He's going to be huge. I can see it. It's the reverse Gunther.
What do you mean? Like huge, like the size of Crash Holly?
Like Chris Masters, like walking out, like where he can't even wipe his ass on the way to the ring.
How are you going to make him grow 2 feet?
Look, at all the steroids are legal now. Just ask Scott D'Amore. Apparently, you can fucking get piss hot, make a call, and they're like, back to work.
Well, fuck, if you can make him grow 2 feet, you can make Marty grow 1.
Okay, we're moving on to pro wrestling. Moving
brother.
on. You got a sound effect for that, and it's not the white women one. What is it? Pull it up, sir. I'm waiting for your effects. Come on, you got a sound effect somewhere for me.
Oh, I can't even. Oh my God. That was great.
Any other stupid questions?
There you
All
go.
right, MMA. Let's talk about some MMA, boys. We had an eventful Saturday evening.
We're gonna just skip right over the boxing talk.
We had an eventful MMA evening, and we had the Netflix debut of MVP MMA. We also had a UFC fight night in Vegas, 117 or 177 or whatever the number is now. But we had a great night of fights. Steve Swift, did you watch the MMA MVP Netflix event?
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch all of it. I watched the main matches. Now, what I thought was that for those people, I mean, we've got a 13-second attention span. Oh, look, a bird, for instance. So we've got a 13-second attention span at the moment, and that was perfect. Those top 3 matches, perfect for that, because you've got in Bell armbar. See, you called it Tidster. You called that beautifully. You've got Francis Ngannou stiffening an opponent who, really shouldn't necessarily have been in there with him. And you've got Mauro Ranallo saying he's leaking like a government document.
Okay.
Listen,
Morrow.
That's great.
Shout out to Morrow for being just the wordsmith's wordsmith.
He's the best ever. He's the best to ever do it. I guess mental instability leads to amazing talent, because there is nobody in the world who can call a fight or a pro wrestling match like Mauro Ranallo. He'll make the opening match feel like it's the main event every time. If I was a worker, whether I was a fighter, wrestler, whatever it is, if I knew I was going out there and Mauro Ranallo was calling my shit, easy night.
Yeah. Shout out to your buddy Scott Demore for having Morrow on his MLP broadcast team too. So there you go. Even the Canadians are understanding what the Canadians are doing. But back to the MVP card at hand. There was 0 surprises in that main card.
Come on.
0 surprises in that main card. What did you think? Okay, did anybody look at the lines on this card? They went exactly the way that it was.
Yep.
So you parlayed everything and you managed to get what, a plus 142?
My $10 parlay, you want to know how much it paid me?
$12.37.
No, $239.
Oh, that's it.
But I called every single round.
You had
and
to.
every single finish.
But you had to. And this was one of those cards. So don't give me this bullshit about how MVP has put together this thing that is going to rival the fucking UFC. I got so many messages from assholes last night saying, they're on to something here. They're on to something here. What they're on to is the same crack that you guys are smoking. Apparently.
No. I called you and I said, for the Vegas card, they're giving this card a run. Right. I started both cards from the prelims
for the fight night. For the fight night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're going up against fucking, Quasiquado and fucking other guy who doesn't have an image on the fucking roster sheet, of course you're going to be able to fucking on Netflix. Of course you
Who
are.
at Netflix touched you? And where did they touch you? You seem upset with Netflix. Show me on that. Why? They touched you on the knee?
On the knee.
They got you on the knee, right in the arthritis.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I loved about Netflix. Their production looked great.
No, pay attention.
Oh. The knee and that. What sort of indigenous shit are you trying to fucking communicate through smoke signals here? What are you trying to say to me?
You didn't see him grow?
Oh, come on. That's not it. I'm in production. That's not, that's some,
I thought you were in menopause.
No. By the sounds of it, it is okay. Here's the thing. Netflix did a fantastic job for a debut MMA promotion.
Sure.
They didn't shoot it like boxing. It didn't have like all these overly done bells and whistles and celebrities walking out fighters to the one thing I didn't like
because they couldn't get that part together.
No. The one thing I didn't like was Jake Paul. I don't want to see Jake Paul anywhere near this fucking thing.
Okay,
the fact that he challenged every single fighter. I was waiting for him to go to Ronda. Okay, yeah, me and you can do it after this in a Sambo tournament. We can, like, dude, get out of the ring and stop challenging everybody.
And why is he sitting in his own little like penalty box with his girl that has a TV in front of it, watching the TV so that he can see if he's on the TV or not?
That's called money.
It's okay. Then let's talk. I mean, the bottom tier guy on the show, probably, Nate's buddy, Chris Avila, walked away with $50,000. He wasn't making that anywhere else. Like the paydays ranged anywhere from $50,000 all the way up to 2.2. Ronda Rousey for 17 seconds worth of work bilked Netflix for $2.2 million.
They both those girls.
Gina Carano, 1 point whatever it was for coming out there and just rolling over. But don't tell. And then at the end of this whole thing, your winner says, "I'm going to bounce. I want to go make babies, but we're going to come back and do something." With what?
Look, they both started crying at the end of that fight, and one cried because she was relieved from all of the weight she lost and all of the gaining her self-importance back.
Perfect.
And all of that great story, and that we kept hearing all leading into this fight. And good for Gina.
Mm-hmm.
But they started crying because it was a happiness cry, and it wasn't because all the adrenaline was dumped and our fight is over with, and we just had a great event for everyone who bought a ticket or bought a Netflix fucking membership. No, what it was is, oh my God, we just won the lottery.
Yes, and I hear you both here. And
MMA in the city.
It was what you expected. We delivered, so that was what you got. But if it wasn't ideal, tell me then why Dana White announced Conor McGregor's coming back during that event. Why did he do that? I mean, he did it during the Ngannou fight. So why did he do that? Why didn't he wait? Why didn't he wait till today? Why did he do that then?
He did that the same reason.
Because he knows, for the plain and simple fact that he knows that every single MMA fan has their phone open. So it's going to get out there instantly and it's going to take over the algorithm of what's going on Netflix. It's it's smart promotion is what it is. It's a brilliant tactic, right?
Yeah. It's the same thing that Tid just did at the end of the pro wrestling segment. He brought it back and stuck it in, right?
Sure, but but if he didn't care, I mean, and Tid's very good at sticking it in. I know this, but if he didn't care about MVP, it's not on my radar, brother. Then why did he do it? I'm kind of probably reading too much into this, but I just thought, why are you bothered, mate?
I think it's early number reports. You got to hate on for Dana White. That's what it is.
Yeah, you've got to hate on for Dana White, and you've got to hate on for whatever Bashir owns Netflix. And look, this isn't about competition between corporate companies. I don't care about the left or the right. I don't give a fuck about the politics of this thing. I just want to see fights. And what I did see was Mike Perry and Nate Diaz beat the fucking shit out of each other and steal money too.
Bro,
and everyone's stealing money here.
That fight literally looked like two fucking drunks in a parking lot.
I love this shit. I don't care. Show me two drunks in a parking lot right now.
It literally looked like, hey, let's get the fucking dudes from bum fights and see what they're doing now.
It was authentic. It's authentic.
Authentic.
Beautiful.
Wooden shoes are authentic, Steve, in fucking Dutchland, but I'm not fucking with those either.
Why are you guys this angry? Why weren't you guys this angry during the pro wrestling segment?
What did I say? But
what is wrong with good fights?
What? No, nothing. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with good fights. There's nothing wrong with good fights. But what did I say to you when you called me with your bullshit last night? I said the same thing that I told everybody that called me with their bullshit last night. I said it's absolutely imperative that a place like this exists. Every sport needs a WCW so that the boys and girls can go someplace and get paid more than they will ever get paid anywhere else. Because at the end of the day, that's who I'm all about. Get paid, motherfuckers. But don't for one single second sit there and try to tell me that fucking MVP and Netflix is going to start putting on better shows and for a longer amount of time than the UFC. After you put one event on doesn't mean shit. How long was Strikeforce around? What happened to them? I'm telling you.
Okay, let's take this because we're running out of time. Let's take this, put this on the shelf with all the crap behind me, all this garbage that I'm going to chain smoke in front of, okay? We'll come back to this in a couple weeks when Netflix makes an announcement about a second card coming up. But for now, let's put a pin in it. Let's agree to disagree. There's potential here. Or maybe there's not. Hello,
Shout out Jake Husden right now, man. Haven't heard from Jake in a minute, man. More important than you, Brady. Shout out to Jake.
Okay. All right. Hi, Jake. Hi, lovely. Thank you to be here and all that good stuff. Now, Tid, you were talking about boxing.
Yeah.
Right? The biggest thing in my world right now, in the world of boxing, maybe I'm wrong, is Ryan Ruzicki all over my news feed. Every day, Ryan Ruzicki is on my newsfeed. Sky Sports is going hard on Ryan right now. Is he the best throwback we've had in boxing ever?
Steve?
Yes. Not ever, but yes. I mean, he's kind of a heel. He'll lean into that heel situation. And you know what? Perfect. Because he's got lovely Chris Billam-Smith. Oh, sweet Chris Billam-Smith. Oh, lovely Chris Billam-Smith. Oh, he's going to beat him up. And then people are going to go, can't believe you beat up Chris Billam-Smith. He's ever so nice. He does my mum's shopping for her. And he's going to say, you know what? Them and that and all. And I think he's going to become massive heel. And then I think he takes it to Jai Opataya. And I think he actually takes it to him. And that's good for Zuffa because I know Tid's not going to be interested and happy with this, but Zuffa needs something right now for those Sunday shows.
See, here's the thing is that we've been talking about Ryan for quite some time now. And Ryan being a Canadian guy who hasn't fought anywhere really on the big world stage, for him to be the person that he is at the skill level that he has is outstanding. They've given him this platform now, and Zuffa is creating a star because everybody in the boxing world already knew who Chris Billam-Smith is. Nobody fucking knows who Ryan Ruzicki is unless you are a diehard boxing fan because he hasn't fought on that world stage. But they are creating a monster. And when you look at Ryan, you're like, oh, this guy is built for TV. He is made for this spotlight. And now he's going to get a chance to show you everything that he's been talking about. He is that throwback guy. He is that guy that will stand there for 172 rounds if he has to. He is that dude that'll take the gloves off and throw bare knuckle. He is that guy. And when you can put him in there at that level and really start to ignite and put the machine behind him the way that they have, I mean, this is perfect for Ryan. And I think that a lot of people, a lot of the boxing purists, all you old heads, are going to be really shocked and surprised when you see how hard this guy actually hits. He doesn't have a 97% or whatever it is knockout ratio for no reason. These aren't guys like me and Steve and Brady that you're just pulling off the street. These are trained professionals who have boxing fucking skills. And he's cracking their heads open. The only time he's ever been hurt was against a legit heavyweight who came down to fight him. So
he still did well. So
100%.
Like Ryan is a beast. Like, you know, just to put a point on exactly what you're saying. If you haven't seen Ryan Ruzicki fight, don't even watch the highlights. Just wait. Just wait until this fight because you're going to see someone walk forward from bell to bell and not stop until that man is sleeping.
Here's the one thing that I'll say about Zuffa Boxing that they have been able to produce. They have been able to produce fantastic matchmaking in the fights that they put on. So much so that look at the last card, what that main event was. Shane Mosley Jr. against Sergey Boychuk. That everybody thought Sergey Boychuk was the guy. 160 is his weight class. He's going to go through this. Shane Mosley Jr. Just a nepo baby in the system. Gives a shit about Shane Mosley Jr. Right, Steve? Right, Steve? How's that foot taste? Yeah, tastes pretty fucking leathery, don't it?
Large slice of humble pie for Mr. Swift, who did several podcasts about exactly that. Sergey Boychuk's your man. And, he's got no pressure, and the pressure is all on Shane Mosley Jr. and on Zuffa Boxing because they need him to win. And he did. Yes, great fight. And going back to, because we like to talk about wrestling and boxing here, you need a big, big monster to feed Jaya Pataya. And Ryan Rozicki is that man. That fight between those two, that's going to be great. So it's great stuff. They do need something on that Sunday night. They do need something big, and this is that, because you ain't going to get it with Andy Ruiz Jr. Let's put it that way.
Well, if you like,
they'll get that. I was going to say they'll get that. They'll get the announcement of Vasily Lomachenko signing to Zuffa. I mean, it's going to be a pretty Sunday nights are exciting, whether y'all like it or not.
Well, if you guys want more in-depth talking, if you're listening or watching this about the boxing world, you got to check out the Bees of Boxing with Steve Swift and the Notorious TID. You can find that here on the channel. Just go through the archives.
I don't know if you see this or not, but I just hit 1,000 subs over on my TikTok channel. Thank you so much, Jake. Appreciate that, my brother.
That's fantastic.
Right? There you go. I didn't know what this is all about.
In the world of MMA, boxing, and pro wrestling, lots of things happen, and they never stop happening. And you can always get the talking points from guys like us every Sunday at 12. Steve, in the world of those three things, you got anything else you want to talk about before we roll the card out for the day?
In boxing, I just want to talk about Brian Norman Jr.
Come to the children. Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children.
You cut me off, you fucker, just to put that in. I mean, that is so naughty. It's so naughty, but every week you surprise me. I can't believe it. So, I mean, I won't talk about anything else because I'm just obviously so excited to have that. Thank you.
Listen, we do talk a lot about on the Bees of Boxing. We talk about this week that's going to be going up later. We just finished talking about David Benavidez. Do you think that he is the best person to go up to heavyweight? Can he beat the top of the heavyweight division? We talked about Lomachenko coming back to boxing. We talked about, oh my gosh, we talked about so much boxing, Steve, that we had to even come over here and talk about more boxing.
Well, shouts out to the guy missing today. Young KJ is on set shooting movies because he's too famous to play with us on the weekend anymore.
He is on set doing adult film stuff, I hear, or student film stuff. I don't know.
Student, not adult.
He's doing it with he's an adult doing it with students.
No, they're all students. They're all adult students.
Let's make that clear.
Adult student films.
Gotcha. They're students and he's an adult, but they're adults as well. Consensual.
Can I paint the picture of what's going on the set right now? Guaranteed it's like a horror film or something, because that's what adult students do when they go to film school. And guaranteed KJ's just recording audio, which is
I thought that was pretty good. I mean, that was quite frightening. You're a good screamer. I mean, that is what is written on the toilet walls about you. Well, and yeah. I've now heard it.
That's why
at Crystal Lake.
That's why I keep him around, because he's a screamer.
Well, on our way out of here, I'm going to let Tid take it home. But we've got a track from the Deadpan Club and Laz the Third, because they are sponsoring this episode. As you can tell from the beginning, if you haven't seen the beginning, go back and watch it. Lots of different posters and advertisements using our likeness, and it was pretty great sent over from those guys. So we gave them enough of the courtesy to let them take the show out this week. But before that, Tid?
So shout out to Laz and all of the wonderful music and stuff that is used from Laz the Third over here. Please go check out that stuff. Go check out Steve Swift over on his YouTube channel, on his TikTok, on his Instagram, all of the stuff. World Weary Guy 1, I believe it is. You can also listen to the other shows that we do on here. Good Times, classic wrestling reviews. Steve and KJ, where they take an old match and they dissect it and they make fun of it and they tell it what's great about it, what's bad about it, and just the banter between the two of them because they force each other to watch some absolutely fucking ridiculous stuff is fantastic. You can check out the Weigh-Ins Bros, which is an MMA show that myself and Brady do over here where we talk an awful lot of mixed martial arts, or each and every Sunday, you can see this live where we get it all together and you can have all of your comments heard. You can send in chats. You can send in super chats. We can get that stuff here now, apparently. And you can do all of that fun stuff. So please, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, hitting that share button, do all of those fun things. Leave a comment if you'd like. We appreciate all of that stuff. If it's on your podcast providers, thank you so much for listening to it there. Now, with that said, we are going to leave you with this song. Please listen to this thing. Wait till the end because this is unbelievable. The tunes that this guy is talking about are unbelievable. And when you get attacked by a robot, remember, ladies and gentlemen, tuck your chin. Peace.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, y'all. Got a motherfucker. The Deadpan Club. Yo. Oh shit. Oh shit. Got a motherfucker. Yo, since I was 12, I was moving weight to 12th graders. Dealt favors, shelved haters. Took shots and duck lasers, duck dodgers. We snuck phasers, Martian gobbers, size of taters. Smoke good dabs, no LeBron Lakers. Honey dips, full grown flavored. I fear America, but not like what we did. I'm scared if I move there. I probably own a trick, premium ownership. Properly drove in bricks, fucking droves a sniff. So much fucking blow, I can't even go home again. Treat life like a movie, golden era focusing. Set gains on gains, take the lens and promote the kit. Lead these MCs on some hopeless shit so I can regroup and recoup what they owe me, bitch. Got a motherfucker. So gutter. He's so gutter. Got a motherfucker. He's got a motherfucker. He's so gutter. Yeah. He's so shit on them, rip on them. Gorilla glue soft and then fucking monkey flip on them. I'ma got a motherfucker with a rusty Phillips head. Leave chrome in your dome like a tweaked out militant. Resilient reptilians, Hell's Kitchen, no Sicilians. Riding through on horseback, ruining your pavilion. This chick has a fat ass, she might be Brazilian. I don't have any training, self-taught civilian. You act like a pussy, don't make my boys feel it. In power slap competition, only one of us is finishing. 5-finger discount, backhand is spinning fists like a crackhead. Ripping kids, I'ma back up this wit and shit. Stack up sins and wits, balance is how I'm splitting it. Wisdom mixed with street life instances. Street life incidents lead to real tight wickedness. Catch a body, dish the body, show off to the witnesses. Got a motherfucker. He's so gutter. He's so gutter. Got a motherfucker. He's got a motherfucker. He's so buffering, stuttering, got a bitch cuttering, got a spliff puppeting, got a dip fuck you then, a clusterfucker gutter shit and cluster grins. You can get it too busted, don't trust the fucking government. A bunch of zombies on his Fenty cities, watch the suffering. A ton of mommies on the bendy, never trust a junkie bitch. Rubber like she fucking Gumby, melting in the sun again. Her brother was another dummy, but life dealt him another hand. Whiskey breathing, dip prevent, tipsy steps and sticky jams. Lived on the left when the right had a different plan. The fucker jumped off a bridge, poor kid. He's in the gutter, motherfucker.